Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft the Shipwreck. Today we're reading chapter 32, which is titled Emily. Starts on page 276 and goes to page 283. If you guys have enjoyed this novel so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more Minecraft the Shipwreck. Without further ado, chapter 32. Underneath the dark prismarine, gold gleams and Emily grins. Treasure is treasure. It's not a clue, but it's certainly nice to have. Jake, no! She whirls around the sea tank frantically trying to fight off an elder guardian that's blasting a powerful laser at Jake. This must be the boss. Boss. She's found these one-eyed blobs of doom, incredibly annoying and potent, but they're no match for her. Emily switches her pickaxe for her diamond sword, charging at the Guardian. The blasts are powerful, and she sees that Tank and Jake keep hanging back, so they can't eat and regain health or duck into an air pocket. But Emily has no such fears. She hacks and hacks at the Elder Guardian, cornering it into a wall, and it's got nowhere to go except to succumb to her power. Finally, it's destroyed, and she hears the familiar ping of experience and picks up the loot. Emily, watch out! Your air! Tank calls out, making an air bubble right next to her. Thanks, Emily breathes. Jake hacks away relentlessly at the dark prismarine. But why isn't it working? You were mining it just a second ago. Do you think the wizard is watching us somehow? Figured to make it harder by making everything unbreakable here, too? The other guardians, Emily says, eyeing the debuff on her screen. Now that she's been in close range of the guardian, they have this fatigue effect. It's going to last a while. I forgot about that, Jake says. At least now we've cleared out all the guardians. We can just keep looking super closely to see if there's anything we missed. Room by room. Tank, are you okay? Jake calls out. Yeah, I thought it was another player at first, but it's like a statue or something. Come check it out. Emily swims into the next room. She's gone through this one earlier and didn't think much about it. And there wasn't any treasure, just columns of light and dark prismarine. Tank's in the corner, staring at what she thought was a column earlier, but now with her night vision potion activated, she can see it more clearly in detail. A sculpture of a mermaid wielding a trident. Whoa, that is neat, Jake says, swimming up to it. The prismarine statue looks as if it's guarding something, and it is clearly to elaborate to be anything but someone's personal design embedded in the game. Jake was right. It has to be a clue. Emily interacts with the statue as if it's a door and is rewarded by the sound of stones heaving and churning apart. The entire wall of the chamber slides open in a complicated motion, stacking and restacking as the wall folds to reveal a long hallway leading off to new, unknown depths. The hallway is lined with green and blue glass, glowing faintly with soft blue light of the sea lanterns. Wow, it's almost the same decorations as the village, Jake says in awe. Emily has only seen the images of the seaside village Jake found, but being in the here now and seeing all of this is exhilarating. Where has the wizard been leading them all this time? Let's go, Tank says decisively. They swim out away from the monument, following the blue glow of the lanterns in the dark prismarine hallway. The hallway seems to stretch out to eternity, and in the single path it's unclear where they're going or what they're passing through outside the narrow corridor, or even how far they've come. There is only forward, and Emily presses on. They set up ladders as stomping points when they run low on air, taking quick breaks to rest before heading down the long, watery hallway again. Who knows what lies ahead? The light changes, and ahead the sea lanterns disappear. Huh? Windows, Jake says. Blue and green glass windows now line the hallway, scant light filtering through the watery path, beckoning them on. Outside the ocean depths await, and more statues, Emily adds. As they make their way forward, they pass by statues of mermaids altering with the windows. Emily is sure her eyes are playing tricks on her, since you can't really see these subtle expressions in Minecraft, but she thinks that they look wary, each of them gripping their tridents, ready to attack at any moment. An unearthly melody plays as they follow the path, and outside the deep, shadows move a little too deliberately to be fish. The pathway disappears into darkness, and not just because it's beyond the realm of focus. The sea lanterns sporadically lighting the way have disappeared. Emily's night vision is wearing off, throwing everything into shades of dark blue and gray. She can barely see the mermaid statues flanking the pathway, and it's starting to look like they're moving. Wait, are they moving? What's that? Tank gestures at a shadow outside the rushing them in the water, speeding from the monument and heading toward wherever the pathway leads. The shape moves in the distance, coming closer and closer until it's in focus. A mermaid covered in scales. She doesn't seem to notice them as she swims forward with her trident. A mermaid! That's what I'm talking about, Jake exclaims. See, we are going in the right direction. The mermaid overtakes them, swimming ahead, and another one follows. The music quickens, as if these two mermaids were trying to catch up, late to something. Oh no, Tank groans. Are they gonna attack us? Get ready, Emily says, drawing her sword. No, no, wait! Jake swims forward after another breath at one of their ladder stopping points. They're all swimming towards something over there. Can you see it? Emily tries to peer out the window, but the angle makes it difficult to see anything except the kelp forest and the occasional fish directly outside their walkway. She readies her pickaxe and prepares to be disappointed if this is also unbreakable. Sea lanterns illuminate a set of double doors at the end of the pathway. Emily swims forward. She braces herself, switching between weapons, ready for anything. When Jake and Tank catch up to her, she pushes through the doors. The open ocean beckons them, dark and filled with shifting shadows. Something looms in the distance, some sort of structure. Another monument, Jake asks. Looks like a wall, Emily says. There's stuff behind it, too. Emily drinks another night vision potion, and the ocean floor becomes as clear as day. Beyond the stretch of sand dotted with rocks and seagrass, kelp drifts slowly as fish swim in calm circles. Mermaids swim erratically, but as they approach, Emily can see many of them carrying blocks of prismarine and stacking them carefully like a wall. The mermaids with tridents swim back and forth. A nervous energy surrounds them, as if they're waiting for something. And just beyond the wall, Emily can see it. A vision in sparkling blues and greens and golds, flickering the soft glitter of second-hand sunlight. The city from the mural. Lights sparkle from blue lanterns hanging outside a myriad of buildings, some small and cozy, some decorated with flags and colors like shops. Mer people covered in scales of every color swim through archways between the buildings, flitting in and out, everyone with their own destination and purpose. Temples and monuments loom above the smaller buildings, rising up in tiers around them. Coral and sponges decorate the city, growing in lush multitudes all around them. It should feel tranquil, but the energy of the mer people building the wall and those with weapons swimming back and forth make Emily nervous. Wow, that's amazing, Tank says. It's like a whole kingdom of these mer people just living and doing their own thing. I wonder if they're like villagers with jobs and we can trade with them. Probably, Jake says thoughtfully, but why are they building a wall? Why would anyone build a perimeter wall? Emily mutters, it feels too easy, just swimming toward the city. They've been trying to find the whole game. Finding it surely isn't the challenge. Every riddle has had a challenge, a puzzle of logic, mobs to defeat, a maze to solve. If the ocean monument was the sixth challenge, then there's still one more. There's something more just lurking beneath the surface here. And if these people, these mer people, are building something, they're trying to keep something out. As they cross the wide expanse, of sand between where the pathway ends and the wall surrounding the city begins. Something rumbles in the distance. The sound gets louder, and then a deep, earth wrenching boom reverberates from almost directly underneath them. Whoa, what's going on? Tank asks. All the mer people stop what they're doing. Those stacking stones carefully on the wall, now gripping their tridents with fear. Emily can see the wall more clearly, the massive hole in the center, the cracks in it, the blocks scattered all across the sand. She riffles quickly through her inventory to see what she has. What would work best? A bow with piercing, a sword with unbreaking, extra sharpness. What? Another rumble, louder this time. Jake and Tank also draw swords. Emily swivels around, trying to locate the source of the sound, but there's just ocean in the prismarine pathway behind them, and the terrified mer people trying to protect their kingdom in the front of them. A thunderous cracking noise seems to echo across the ocean floor. It's coming from below them. Get ready, Emily calls out, brandishing her sword. Whatever happens next is going to be excruciatingly difficult, she can tell. In the sandy field, a massive trench opens up in the deep to reveal glowing molten magma and streams of lava pulsing from below, turning into obsidian all around the trench. Columns of bubbles rise frantically from the magma, and then something else starts to push through the blocks of obsidian and magma, breaking them as easy as if they were nothing but sand. The beast emerges and roars. It frees itself from the magma depths and swims forward, and Emily can see it clearly in all its terrifying glory. A massive creature covered in molten dark green scales, with long fins billowing out behind it like sails of sunken ship. It opens its giant gaping maw, and blast of power shoots out like an elder guardian magnified 1,000 times. The merfolk scatter just like villagers do when attacked, the builders shrieking in terror, their panicked voices rising higher and higher. Emily's heart races as the merfolk attack the beast with their tridents, throwing them in swift and decisive arcs. It seems no matter to the beast, the projectiles nothing more than mere annoyances. Emily charges forward because her instinct is calling her to fight, to protect these people, in a story that she never expected to find herself in. This is it. Let's go. Jake and Tank rise up with her, and they swim headfirst toward the massive creature. The three of them so small against the looming monster. It's Jake who shoots the arrow. It moves impossibly slowly and decals practically no damage, but it draws the attention of the beast, which roars at them. The blast is like a shockwave pulsing through the water with an intensity that immediately drains all of Emily's health to zero. Rockstar Redstone was slain by Leviathan. Tank Farms was slain by Leviathan. MC Explorer Jake was slain by Leviathan. That wraps up chapter 32. I hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you did, hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.